Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hello, have a seat, welcome. Consider subscribing and liking. If you've been here for a while, thank you so much for all your support. You know it does mean a lot to us. There's ways you can support this channel down below. You can buy us a coffee, you can buy us a deck of cards, you can do things like that. But honestly guys, liking, commenting, sharing, subscribing, that's really a lot. I really do appreciate that as well. So thank you so much for all your support. So today we're taking a little bit of a turn. I was thinking I was just going to do one kind of royal family reading today, but there's ended up with two because Prince Andrew is having an interview on the BBC on Saturday night at 9 o'clock. Ooh. So I wonder what this is going to be like. I wonder what's going to happen with that. This is going to be a very interesting documentary, do you not think? And it's the kind of like they have like actually it's the first time really since Charles and Diana sat down that we're getting these kind of like scandalous royal interviews. So we've had the Harry and Meghan feeling sorry for themselves in Africa against the backdrop of people who are with HIV facing horrific violence and poverty. So we've got Prince Andrew sitting having a chat with the BBC. So I'm going to have a look in to what is around, any energies we can pick up around that interview. So this is like no kind of newsworthy instability of the royal family that we've had for years. And what I mean by that is they seem to be in the news so much. It's also scandalous. They're doing these interviews, and for years and years, apart from the weddings and stuff, it was so quiet. I don't know what's going on. So let's have a look. What's behind Prince Andrew and this interview? I'm using a Hermetic tarot. Bit more occulty, a bit more woo-woo, so. Ten of Wands, he has been feeling oppressed. He's feeling like he's been carrying a burden, and this is why it's getting done. There has been a burden for a long time with this. It feels like there has been a lot of people cracking his knees and hitting him across the knees with a wooden spoon, as it were. He has been getting a lot of heat up with this. He has been feeling like he's not supported with this, and he feels like he's carrying it a lot by himself. So that's his. Ooh, I've got the Two of Cups reversed. So there is a partnership that has gone wrong. Things haven't been worked out as they were. The things have been scrambled. Emotions have been upside down. He's maybe been led down a darkened path that he wasn't prepared for. The Two of Cups in reverse is also kind of splitting up. It's like the opposite. It's an anguish. It's a misleading. It's a mistrust. He has realized things aren't quite what they were with somebody. He really thought something was one way when it was another. It is a breaking of a very tight partnership. A lot of lies and some cruelty. There's cruelty there. So let's have a look. What is known about him? The Sun. So he is going to be trying and speaking his mind and trying to portray it was just, the Sun can mean business. He's going to make and say, look, I am all round kind of healthy guy. I am very business minded. This was purely a business venture. This is the image that he's wanting to portray. It was all above board. It was all friendly. It was just lads together. He's going to try and portray it as a very kind of like blokey friendship, but very businessy, and he was focusing on the business and doing the best for the UK. So he's gonna try and spin it like that. I feel that's what I'm getting from the card. So what's underneath the situation? What do we not know about it apart from everything? So we have got the Four of Pentacles here. And it is a situation where it is balancing the books and making sure things have got everything where they need to go. This is something that's based very much on income streams and where everything is belonged. They're feeling like stuff is maybe getting blocked from them. So with the Four of Pentacles card, we see the guy and he's kind of clutching the coin on his center, and he has the money coming above him, and he's got it underneath each foot. It's very much keeping everything in balance. So I think maybe it's to do with the income of the royal family and how things are distributed. Maybe it's he's feeling tight and he feels like this might be a carrot that's been dangled above his head. Get this right, or you're going to be very, very worried about how your money's coming in towards you. So that's kind of maybe like an idle threat kind of thing. But he is very concerned about how the money is coming in and how money gets distributed to him. So this is what's driving it. Yeah, what's leaving here is a lot of kind of instability, a lot of sneakiness and effort going unrewarded, people taking things maybe from him that he hasn't been aware of. He's been really kind of hoodwinked, I feel, in this situation. I'm not saying he's an innocent man. Listen to me, I'm not saying he's an innocent man at all. What I'm saying is there are some factors of it that to him have been misleading and he has been hoodwinked and sidelined by. I'm not saying he's an innocent. I don't say anyone's innocent, but I'm not saying was completely unaware. But there is a certain element that he's been lied to about stuff. Interesting. So let's have a look at the rest of the cards. I'll put them down and then we'll see where we go after this. Okay, so mentally, where's he at? Temperance, yeah. So he's trying to keep a balance. He's trying to make sure everything around him is in this kind of nice flow. Everybody seems calm. He is trying to keep his ship in order. He is trying to keep everyone just at a level pegging. He feels responsible and he feels like he needs to be active in creating a balance within his headspace and within those around him and surrounding him. We've got the Nine of Swords. Yeah, this is what's surrounding him. There are people who are worried. There are people who are feeling lost. There is a great anxiety. There is a kind of like dread. There is like, oh my God, we have really screwed up here. There is a scaredness around him, and he will be feeling this about the documentary as well. He'll be petrified about the response that's coming out. Let's have a look at the hopes and fears to see what we'll get of that. Three of Cups, Lord of Abundance. So he's hoping that it'll come right and people will see him as a nice man and there'll be something to celebrate from this. He's hoping he'll get his point across and be done, it'll come across and it will be something to celebrate, and it'll be a small event as well. It won't be like this massive thing. It'll be like, yep, move on, great, cheers, thank God that's out of the way. It'll be a relief and a celebration at that. But what's going to come up? So he's going to be walking away from something. Maybe he's thinking, maybe this is going to be him lessening his royal duties, because we have seen him lessen his royal duties. I did say that in the past reading, but we've seen him, we've actually saw him at the Remembrance Day events, but maybe this will be kind of cutting his losses and walking away from something and feeling a loss from it. He might be walking away from the situation, like he may well never speak on it again. He may well never like indulge people with conversations about it. He's feeling he will just walk away from it. It will hurt him. he might be walking away from his responsibilities, and that's might be the hurt and his behaviour that's caused it. Let's have a look at the Ace of Swords. So he is going to start afresh in about 6 months or so. It looks like it's just going to pass. It is going to kind of pass him by. We are going to see him walking away from it, and he won't comment on it again. He might be reducing his activity within royal family for the next 6 months or so after this. 6 months to a year, but we do have him starting a new project from there. Afterwards, I really feel he is going to mention in this how he's going to come across in this documentary or interview is he's going to come across as somebody who's been carrying this for a long time, and he needs to get it off his chest. He's going to see that the relationship was a cruel one, and he didn't realize who this person was, and there was a lot of trickery that was given to him and trickery played to him, and I feel he's going to be given some examples of that as well. He's not just going to say, oh yes, he was this and this, because of he's going to back it up. He's not just going to tell us how he's feeling, he's going to tell us why, what he's feeling, and give us some examples. But he is going to come across that this was just a business relationship, and it was a relationship that was kind of gone wrong, and he was hoodwinked into it. And the reason he's doing this is because he's been threatened with how he funds his household, how he runs his house and looks after himself. So how he's feeling, he's trying to keep it all balanced together, but there is a lot of despair and a lot of anguish and anxiety coming around this interview. It does look to me like he was hoping for it to be successful, but he is completely prepared to walk away from everything for the time being and just move on with it and start something afresh in 6 to 9 months, to come back with a fresher new project. So basically, I think he's just going to say this, walk away, time out, and then just let things pass again, and then come back to royal life after that. I feel, yeah. So what do you think about it? What do you think is going to happen in the documentary? Do you think he's going to confess his guilt? Do you think he's going to say he's going to work with the police authorities? I'm not getting that he's going to necessarily work with the authorities, but not necessarily, because he's feeling like he has been hoodwinked as well by this character. So it'll be very interesting to see what happens and what is said. Let me know if you're going to be watching. I know I mightn't watch at the time, but I will catch up on it. So yeah, let me know what you think of the reading down below, guys. Again, thank you so much for all your support and your love. It does mean a lot to us, and I shall see you on the next one. Take care now. Bye.